we go. Trying out some new music this week. Oh God, look at this! Look at this handsome Santa devil here. Well, I'm coming in here right before Christmas, and any big guy with a big white beard needs to show it. So here I am showing it. Me and the other big guys this time of year, kissing your mom. You know how it is. I'm going to bring in to share with you today the Fed Disti Team from North America at F5, and like I said, we're going to see what makes these boys tick. So here, I'm going to bump them in here one at a time. Mike, Bowden, Corey, Marcus.
Sir.
Here's the team, everybody. So we'll start with is just a quick introduction. I guess we can start with Michael Go Bills Abitoy first. So here, hit him, Mikey. Go.
Yeah, Mike Abitoy, distribution account manager here at F5, rocking the Bills gear, dressed up for this occasion. First time I've worn a sport coat in 2020, I think. So let's go, baby.
So hey, I'll let you know too. Mike is pretty much the closest being Canadian other than me who lives here.
True, sir.
He lives right across the line there on the other side. So we're close. We're like brothers.
No one would have guessed from Buffalo.
Thanks, Mike. So we also have Bowden. Intro, buddy. Oh, sorry. Geez, technical. Hold on. Let's see if we can fix it. Bowden.
Already.
Oh, sorry, guys. How cheesy is that? I'm Bowden Olinaris. I'm the Fed channel manager at F5. And basically, I help coordinate trainings, get partners to sell our stuff to the federal government. I grew up in Seattle, and so that means Seahawks are my team. Unfortunately, the Bills beat us this year, but the Bills have never won anything ever, so I don't feel too bad about it.
Well, I found time for a bit later.
This is we're on a different podcast here. This is not the football podcast.
Also, this podcast is going to be about what F5 is.
The Buffalo Bills.
Corey, why don't you give an introduction, buddy?
Hey guys, Corey Lim. I'm the newest guy here at F5. Joined in July. I'm also a federal channel account manager here, so I work with Bowden on helping the government solve for adaptive applications out in their environments.
Sweet.
Wow. Okay.
Last but not least,
Flex.
big man, Marcus.
Thank you. I'm Marcus Charles. I'm our state local education channel account manager here at F5. I'm the longest tenured at this group, I believe. Matt, I think I got you by a little bit, just over 6 years. Is that valid?
6 years, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely by far. I'll be 4 years in February.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, we're close. Yeah, you got us all. You're the grandpa here for sure, man. Funny, I have the whitest
flex.
This is ridiculous. Mike, did you say? I all I heard was Bills. I didn't hear anything other than Bills when you did your intro.
That's all you need to hear.
That's all I need to hear. Mike is also the Disti manager for all of North America for F5. So between this team, all right. Hey, that's sure. So. Anyways, you just Bowden is wonderful. Just throw me off. He's probably going to keep having technical difficulties. We'll fix that.
That's my plan. Yeah.
So, anyways, all right. Now it's getting heated. Jeez, I'm never
serious
on a call like this. Someone.
Took under 5 minutes for the Santa hat to come off.
All the children, how disappointed are they right now? You're not actually Santa.
This is not made for.
Is this Santa coming out?
It's not made for children. This YouTube block, and it's marked that way as well. So this
is an R-rated channel.
This will never show up on here.
Is this endorsed by F5? Serious question.
No, this is not an F5 channel. This is the Dream Team channel, and this is about how we make all our F5 dreams come true. But mostly, we want to connect with kind of one of the core things at F5 too is how we're human and how we're a bit different than everybody else, and really kind of what pushes us to do better or how we do better or different than everybody else. I hate saying better because I really don't feel like this is a competitive thing. This is more of a how we're just individual humans do different things. So I know, Mike, you've been in Disti for a long time as well too, and you're managing Disti for F5 for all of North America. So that's got to be a huge role. Is there something that you do other than just what Bowden says to make all your Disti dreams come true?
drink heavily. I don't know.
I second that.
Yeah,
So,
I think-
okay, so we don't have to call out all the things that are known. All channel managers, professional drinkers, professional partiers. This is what we do. This is what we do. This for a living. So, what do we do that's different than all the other drinkers?
drink more than the other drinkers. No, I think just trying to think outside of that marketing box, right? Just trying to show up a little bit different. And I know a lot of people say like, hey, we got to show up different. We got to show up different. But really trying to create these different opportunities for distribution partners to help support the channel, for our partners to show up to end users differently, and just kind of help promote F5 in a different light than maybe what they've historically seen. And that's really what I try and do for distribution in all of North America.
Mike, what is F5?
What is F5 to me?
I mean, sure, if you want to take that question that direction.
I mean, it's everything right now. It's my career, it's my friends, it's everything. I mean, F5 to me is, I said it in a presentation that I did earlier this year. Everybody thinks of load balancing. Like, you're like F5, and you're like, oh, load balancing. And it's just not that anymore. And really, to Corey's point from earlier, talking about adaptive applications, it's really about how F5 sits in there and just helps people be quicker, more secure, more agile, all of those things. I really believe in everything that we do at F5.
All right, I just want to say you guys are all phonies, because before this, we were all talking before, and I was like, oh, maybe we should talk about F5. Like, oh, company man Bowden. No, but we're just going to talk. This is going to be super not serious or anything. And then right away, Matt has some defining questions. He's like, well, Mike, what would you think about this? And I thought here you were just going to have some fun. And then Mike shows up. He's like,
I should have
hey,
business for this, Bowden. Business. I'm in a sport coat.
You guys left me out in the cold. Did you guys have a pre-meeting to talk about these questions?
Oh, yeah. Wait until we get to your
sound kind of rehearsed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sound rehearsed.
Anyway, so Bowden right there right away. I think that's the perfect opportunity to Bowden tell you something about him that makes him unique in his role and what he does as a human, not as an F5er. Like, what is it that's different? And like, basically, what we talk about in the channel is not in the channel on this F5 or YouTube show. God, geez. Bowden, you got me all flustered.
Yeah, I'll take it over from there, Matt. I think what allows me to be different is by doing things like not answering your question. I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to answer what is F5, but more importantly, what is an F5? F5 was named after a tornado, or was it? No one's really sure. We have a bunch of different competing ideas of how F5 came about. Some say video game. What does that mean? Started off helping video games get played, but we maybe created one. Don't know. Really done a deep Google dive to try to find the F5 video game. It's nowhere. Google has it nowhere.
We all rehearsed, but
is that real? Are they lying to us?
I feel like
these are the kind of answers we need to get down to in this podcast.
This is definitely the most argumentative show I've ever had too, which is I like.
This isn't Canada, Matt. This is America. This is just how we talk.
We're friends, and we're fine during this.
I need a Red Bull right now. I need to match Bowden's energy level right now.
I am hyped for this.
Okay, one too many Red Bulls for sure.
I took pre-workout. Yes, that's true. Yep.
Your monologue.
That's his key. That's what he does different in the channel. Pre-workout on the dot every morning.
Red Bull.
Also, just to be clear, F5 technology. That's the connection we're looking for. If you think of F5, think Microsoft, Cisco, Palo Alto, but way above that, F5 Tornado.
Oh my God! Like, where is this all coming from, buddy?
Oh, I got
level.
It's in my depths, stored up. I've been thinking about this.
Corey, what did you do before you were at F5, buddy?
I was a channel manager at Gigamon.
And where are you located again?
Where am I located? I'm just outside of Washington, D.C., so I'm about 30 minutes out in Northern Virginia, a little town called Fairfax.
Fairfax. And now you've been at F5 for how long again? I'm sorry.
Since mid-July, so it's been almost half a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so my 6 months to Marcus's 6 years. So I'm definitely FNG on the team here.
Sorry, FNG.
Fairly new guy.
All right.
Yeah, fairly new guy. Yeah, for for all your children viewers out there.
And the Canadians.
So we established this is rated R. You're fine.
Yeah, this is we put in the disclaimer. This is not for children. We don't give it a rating, but we just say it's not for children. However, I've never had one that gets so heated that we've had any blocking. I got blocked once because someone had a song playing in the background. We had to cut that piece out of it, but that's it.
Copyright.
What was the song?
Oh, I don't know. Mickey Woods was playing it on something.
And can you sing it?
No, I don't remember what it is. Otherwise, I would sing. Marcus, can you sing, buddy?
I do not sing now.
That's a
Well,
lot.
it depends how drunk I am. We'll say that. A little karaoke may come out every now and then.
Like on this
Time is
call?
right.
So I don't know if you got the memo. There's supposed to be at least 1 or 2 pre-drinks prior to joining this call. Bowden definitely
The audience too.
Yeah, for the audience as well. Whatever. We have a regular listeners. We get a few that join every time too. So I guess I started doing this because I needed to cross some boundaries. This is before COVID, and because I had no way to be all across Canada and part of the U.S. for meeting partners and taking meetings and trainings and all this kind of stuff, and being home for my kids. So this is why I did this. So the idea of that, if we get 10 people to watch, there's 10 more people that I didn't see while I was at home. So once we started rolling into COVID, this has made more sense because we could see more people. And like I said, if we see like 10 or 20 people every time I do one of these episodes, it helps F5 gather awareness. So the other thing too is when we get together and have these conversations, the idea is like, I want to talk to other personalities at F5 to show some of our personality as well too. So this is a good group too, because Bowden's kind of taken it to a new level that we've never brought it to.
You guys are all going down a level. I might be 2 levels above you, but only because you guys went down. Our regular conversations, we meet every Wednesday for the one person that's listening to this, maybe listening to this.
We won't take it.
And we have very lively, spirited conversations. But now everyone's shy, like we're not just talking. Guys, I don't know if you know what a podcast is, but it's really just all of us talking and getting recorded. Matt's over there being all super serious and trying to come off as this radio host. We just go back to what makes us good.
We can go back to that. I'm sorry, but I feel you don't quite yell at us as much as you are today. So I kind of like it. If you want to keep doing that, I feel like we should have brought Rita on so you could yell at Rita.
No, Rita will just match my energy.
People just match your energy. All right.
We'll just all get yelled at.
Yeah. So thanks for yelling at all of us, Bowden.
Anytime. I mean that.
So a thing that we would normally talk about on our weekly calls would be probably something like the SolarWinds hack.
True.
Thoughts?
I would not want to be working for them selling to the federal government this year. Seems like it would be a really bad time.
Or any government for that matter.
Wait a minute. Forget about selling.
Even Fortune 500. It's not localized to just government.
That has even on F5 too. Like I know there's patches and fixes that you can do too, but here's my opinion on breaches.
That used to be a technical sales rep, right? Engineer, technical engineer. You used to be an engineer. Just trying to add like a caveat so that your words have more weight. Everyone knows you're an engineer in the past, so you know what you're talking about.
Credibility.
He used to manage the operations for a few big companies in Canada. However, the point is, regardless if I'm a security person or not, you can ask yourself these own questions. And if the best people in security are getting breached, what chance do you have as someone who's not a security company? And does that mean, regardless if you sell underwear, peanut butter, or tech, are you a security company now too?
Ooh.
Maybe.
I like it. This is like would you steal bread to feed your family type question.
Okay.
Well,
Again,
office reference,
different
guys.
level.
to counter that, Matt, I would also say that security companies are probably high priority targets, just like Fed agencies or Fortune 100 companies, compared to your analogy of whether you sell peanut butter or not. You're going to be targeted a little bit more often at that level.
So wait a minute. I would disagree. It would all depend. If you are an organization who is not a security, so let's talk about breaches that have happened. Target was a huge breach a couple years ago.
Sure.
They're not a security company. They're not a tech company. They sell retail, and they sell a lot online, and they do a lot of online business, and they transact with credit cards and all this kind of stuff too. And they got breached. And they're a huge team, and they have all the big tools, and they have all the best things. But they're a ton of money, so they're not government. And are they high profile? Well, I guess they are high profile, but I guess it's the money too. And I guess a lot of things in every gangster or tech hacker show is they do the whole follow the money. And the idea there is that a lot of these organizations, you can make so much money off them, right? So it's more of a money thing.
And what's really interesting about that hack is that was also a supply chain hack, right? That was the whole credit card scanners that got into their systems, and so that was the backdoor entry versus a brute force or head-on type of attack.
Yeah, brute force, old-fashioned, by the way. That's
right.
I'm just going to put it out there. How lucky is FireEye that this whole thing happened literally days after what happened to them?
And then you go out, throw them underneath the bus on this top-rated podcast, Marcus. Now everyone's going to think about them again.
I'm just saying.
Back up.
Here's what I also had someone come to me and tell me, "Oh, can you believe we get a FireEye hack?" And I'm like, I can believe it because of today it's them. Tomorrow's, and I called them out. I said, tomorrow it's going to be someone else, and it could be us, it could be anybody. So is this a bad thing or a good thing? In my opinion, if an organization like that gets hacked, now you have them working double duty to do whatever they can to make their product better and stronger, and they have firsthand experience of that attack. So is that a bad thing for the customers to be in that place? Well, I guess if there's some data law.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a
I'm going to say what depends on what is lost in the breach. Like, what kind of information was stolen? Is it proprietary to that company? Is it customer information? Is that deep?
Right. So if you're thinking it's channel sellers, though, it doesn't matter because your worry is like, how am I going to backfill that pipe? As a new customer coming in, sellers trying to sell this, and this is who we work with all the time, and these sellers trying to backfill their pipe on like, oh, I'm going to lose this deal now. My advice to them would be, you're not going to. And if it was FireEye or SolarWinds or whoever, I think this is an opportunity for that organization, maybe slow your sale a bit. That organization has the opportunity now to show that they're going to be better. And I think this is one of the things that F5 does too, is we're constantly growing and bettering our offering. And we've had problems too. What was the CVE vulnerability as well? Like, it wasn't that long ago. We were in the spotlight for something like that as well.
Matt, I think a perfect example of that is kind of what Estonia did. If you guys aren't familiar with Estonia, I believe in 2004, 2009, somewhere in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, they got APT attacked by Russia, shut down their whole system. And so from that point on, they're like, hey, we're going to focus on cybersecurity. We're going to focus on our technology infrastructure. And they went from being one of the furthest back in the IT space to now they do literally everything through their phone. They have no identity stolen in the last like 15 years, but everything is done through their internet. So they vote, they file their taxes, everything done. And yet they're able to secure all that with all that information being out there. And they have what's equivalent to like America's social security number. I don't know what Canada has, probably a picture or something, but they have that, and it's actually public, and they control all their information and stuff. So, right. So that would be like, I think the pathway that SolarWinds should follow, right? Like, okay, we did this. Let's double down and let's come out like a Phoenix. If you guys seen like Harry Potter, a Phoenix, and as like a new company, rebranding ourselves and showing what we learned versus just, oh shoot, let's try selling the same old things and saying that really didn't happen.
Well, it's the difference between a short-term effect and a long-term effect. In the short term, it impacts them greatly. But over the course of time, which what Matt is talking about, they can show themselves and say, hey, we really learned from this, and it benefits you that we learned from that, and here's how we did, and here's how we overcame that. So it all goes hand in hand. Short term, it's a major impact. The long term, you can turn that into a very positive thing.
And I don't know, Corey, if you agree with me, but I think what Matt is saying is that F5 should get attacked by APT style threat, so that we can learn. Is that what you're saying, Matt? Corey, I don't know. You maybe go with that thought.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said there.
Yeah, I think
we lost him.
Oh shoot, we lost him again.
Wonky connection.
Let's skip. Oh, there he is. He's
Sorry, guys.
already working out.
That's a bad ankle, man.
Bowden also thinks
that was very strange.
Dating for him as well, too.
I like how earlier Bowden mentions Matt's acting like a radio host, and Bowden's literally sitting there like a radio DJ about to play the next Justin Bieber.
Hey, I'm trying to throw this around. I was trying to get Corey involved. Hear his thoughts on Matt wanting F5 to be attacked.
Okay, so I didn't share. I'm sorry, I got to stop. We usually stop this at 20 minutes, and we're over 20 minutes already. However, one thing that Bowden brought up that was super interesting too is about his favorite movie, Harry Potter. But 'tis the season. Mike's got his tree in the backyard. We got Santa on the call here. I guess before we end it, to show some of the personal side here, I guess each one of you got to call out your favorite Christmas movie because I'm watching.
Excellent choice, Matt.
Die Hard from Mike. Corey.
Well, since Die Hard was taken, probably Home Alone.
Great choice, Corey. That Home Alone's in my top 3. Could be my number 1, but I'm going to settle with The Santa Claus. Classic movie, Tim Allen, 1994. Watch it about 5 to 6 times every Christmas season.
I'm going to go with Scrooged.
Scrooge.
Right.
Wait. The remake or the original?
The original, with Bill Murray.
Well,
what's the actual name of the movie, though?
Scrooge.
Is it really Scrooge?
Yep.
Yeah, Scrooged.
That's right.
DED.
It's tied. Die Hard and Scrooged. Top 2, man.
Okay.
So I personally, and I know this will probably cause uproar and people will delete my account and all this kind of stuff, but I don't believe that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's a movie that happened at Christmas time.
You're in Canada. I mean, that makes sense.
But
I concur with that, though.
I don't know. I got 2 on my list that are super funny, not for kids.
Well, you want 1, Matt. It wasn't your 2 best. It was your 1. You're the one that created this question.
Apparently, he's the host. He can do whatever he wants, which is not even have
Putting you in timeout.
My favorite 2 are. I love this timeout. My favorite 2. I'm going to say. I'd say I just watched 2. Office Christmas Party. Office Christmas Party was awesome. And what's the other one with Seth Rogen? Canadian.
Oh, it's your favorite movie. You don't even know its name.
The Night Before.
That's right. The Night Before.
Oh.
Did you just Google Christmas movies, Matt, and decided to pick 2 that looked coolest from the picture?
You know, I don't know
Get invited, and it's nobody else's fault but Bowden's.
I don't know why. Like, you know what? I like to.
Oh, I know why. It's because you're in Canada. Internet connection's not very good.
Matt, your Canadian viewership is just like.
Oh no! I made a Justin Bieber reference. We're good.
I made a Harry Potter reference, which is Britain, Canada,
and then there was
basically the same thing.
Oh, okay. So
not the same.
Are we just yelling out things? Okay, Jim Carrey.
So
That's
now
why Brandon
with this,
By the way,
I think it's time we recap.
Fed Disti Dream Team. We are gonna. We got to do this again live for everybody to watch too, because the 3 people to watch today are probably gonna want to see you do this again and yell at everybody. We'll bring on someone who's a little more important that Bowden can yell at. Like I'm a nobody, but it would be great to see him yell at other people.
Francois.
I'm in. If we can get that to happen, I'll definitely put it on.
Is there a way for my connection to be interrupted after that one?
just remember F5 technology.
All right. So this is the end of it. We're way over what I like to go over, but definitely you guys are hilarious. So I'm going to bring you guys back again, do this, and maybe we'll pick some topics instead of just winging it with Bowden yelling at everyone. Or maybe we'll call the next one Bowden Yells.
I think you should do a special edition next time where it's like 45 minutes long. And we just spend like the first 30 minutes just doing this, and then we'll get into real topics.
Yeah, we were just heating up.
I'm just cutting her off here. This is it. Everybody, all the details will be in the notes like always. Thank you very much for listening. Peace.
BF5
Next week.
Bye. Go Bills.
You're the best. Oh my God. Here we go.
You're live.
Yes.